Boom, baby. The Oklahoma Sooners get a commitment from Matthew Nelson from this recent official visit weekend. And the Oklahoma Sooners not only appear to be gaining momentum out of the weekend, but they are cleaning up in the state of Arkansas. So, of course, today we have to talk about Matthew Nelson's commitment to Oklahoma, what this means for Miguel Chavis and the defensive end room. Additionally, we got to talk about another prospect that maybe Oklahoma could be trending up with in the state of Arkansas. Before we do that, though, as always, I want to hear from y'all. So join the discussion. Jump in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the recent commitment. And if you are new to the channel, this is where I'm going to ask you to hit that like and hit the subscribe button so that you're not missing any of this content as it rolls out. But of course, we got to talk about Matthew Nelson, the 3-star defensive end who has committed to the University of Oklahoma. And although a lot of people are going to look at the 3-star initially and they're going to be like, oh, it's just a 3-star defensive end, not really that big of a grab, you're making too much of it. I actually think that this is going to be an underrated take for Oklahoma in this class. And if Miguel Chavis and Brent Venables and Todd Bates can develop him right, this could be a dude that could be an absolute monster. Remember, some of the best defensive ends in the NFL were not 5-stars. I believe the one from the Rams, I'm blanking on the name at the moment. I believe he was a 3-star. So remember, you don't always have to be a 5-star to be a great talent. But Matthew Nelson, 6'4", 212 pounds, has a 4.6 40. He has a 37-inch vertical, 6'9" wingspan, and 335 on the bench. We're going to talk about that here, and here's why. As a defensive end, your wingspan matters. Being able to use your size to maneuver yourself around some of these bigger offensive tackles matters. And that's what Matthew Nelson is able to do here with the 6'9" wingspan. Additionally, a 4.6 40 is not bad. Obviously, everybody wants everybody to run a 4.5 40, but a 4.6 40 for a defensive end is not bad at all. So he's got that quick speed. He's got the quick first step, which is another thing you look for. The only thing that Matthew Nelson is missing is the weight. He's 6'4", 212, right? Obviously a little small for that position. But by getting him into a college program, you definitely imagine they would be able to beef him up a little bit. And then Matthew Nelson, over the next couple of years, is going to refine his techniques. And you're going to see him probably on the field. Remember, you still need bodies to go out there and practice, to help scrimmage with. And Matthew Nelson might not be a guy that sees the field right away, but that's okay. Not everybody you recruit has to see the field the next year, right? And he might still be able to see the field against some teams like a Kent State or somebody like that. But it's sometimes better to let the kids sit and develop. Now, for Oklahoma fans, right, if you haven't been paying attention, don't know who Matthew Nelson is. We've had about 15 offers, and this was really a recruitment that was down to Oklahoma, Tulsa, and Tulane. He only had an official visit set up with Tulane in Oklahoma. He was actually going to be at Tulane this next weekend. So you can imagine that's not happening anymore. But he's a multi-sport athlete. And we know how much this staff loves multi-sport athletes. They're absolute dynamic athletes. He was a athlete that competed in wrestling and track and field. And as a junior, he won the Arkansas 6A 110-meter hurdle championship with a time of 14.5 seconds. He placed second in the 300-meter hurdles with a 38.5 rep and ran a 7.27 indoor 60-meter time in February 2025. And then in football, he helped Bryant, Arkansas, to a 7A state championship. It's Bryant's 6th in 7 years. Now, the other great thing here is he also comes from the same school where Oklahoma got Ja'Cory Smith and O'Marion Robinson. So for the Oklahoma Sooners here, this is huge. Got a nice little pipeline coming out of Bryant High School. Now, The question is, who are the Oklahoma Sooners potentially trending well with in the state of Arkansas? Matthew Nelson wasn't the only guy that you had on campus this past weekend. Braxton Lindsey out of Arkansas, 6'2", 225-pound linebacker out of Rogers, Arkansas, the number 417th ranked player in the entire country. This is somebody that everybody wants. Everybody wants Braxton. Well, everybody that's offered him really wants him. I think there's still some people that are sleeping on Braxton Lindsey. 25 offers. He's got official visits scheduled with Arkansas. He took one to Missouri, who was just on campus this past weekend to Oklahoma. Braxton Lindsey would be a huge addition in the linebacker room, and that would give Oklahoma, I think it's 4 in the past 3 years, or no, 4 in the past 2 years, kids from Arkansas. That's big time, beating the Razorbacks. So I want to hear from y'all. Jump in the comments below, join the discussion. Let me know what you guys think. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and you hit that subscribe button.